Hello, this is Dino from Ministry of Botany, and today I'm going to be showing you how to pot up and treat orchids that have been imported bare root from overseas. So the first thing you want to do when you receive your plants is make some sugar water. Now it's literally just ordinary white sugar, which you also use for cooking. And for one bucket like this, you want to use around 2 tablespoons. We're not making like a really heavy syrup or anything, it's literally just, 2 tablespoons or 1 heaped tablespoon. If you use too much sugar, it can be detrimental. Next, you want to soak the plants overnight. So all these here have been soaking overnight. And what the sugar will do, that will just give the plants a little boost, and it will help to revive roots which have become really bone dry and desiccated. Because quite often with imported plants, orchids rather, the roots are not in a great condition. For example, this Cattleya amethystoglossa, you can see a lot of the roots have really suffered while it was being transported from Brazil. And once the plants are finished soaking in the sugar water, when they are potted up, you want to just resume normal watering in ordinary rainwater. Because there is evidence to suggest that using sugar water for extended periods for plants which are healthy can be detrimental to their health. And then next you want to select a pot which is small or just large enough to fit the orchid in there. So perhaps something like this. And the reason you use a small pot is because you just want the plant to establish and grow some new roots, and with smaller pots that's easier to achieve, particularly when with these orchids that have been imported with roots in such a bad state. And next, you want to put in some medium, and this is coconut husk, which I use for all my Cattleyas, and this is Cattleya amethystoglossa. Yeah, for all my Cattleya and Laelia, I use coconut husk, but you don't have to use coconut husk. You can use pure sphagnum. That's what some importers use to revive roots. And then when the orchid grows a good set of new roots, they repot again into a larger pot and use a bark-based compost or coconut-based compost. Or you can use orchid bark straight away, or an orchid bark mix, such as orchid bark mixed with perlite and sphagnum or something. Again, it's up to you, but as I say, for my Cattleya and Laelia, I always use 100% pure coconut husk. I find in my conditions, they grow really good roots and they tend to do very, very well. And with coconut husk, you usually have to soak it. Same with orchid bark, and the only medium which you don't have to soak really is orchiata, because that's ready to use straight away. So I'm just going to pop the compost in there like this. So it's really quite similar to how you pot orchids usually, but obviously in much smaller pots proportionally. And then you just want to give the compost a really good shake, the pot and the compost together rather, just to get it all between the roots. And that's a little trick I learned whilst doing work experience with Rolke orchids in Germany. If you're using coconut husk, like I am here, it's important you firm down quite well, because coconut husk that is not firm down will not absorb much water, and if there's little or no water being absorbed, the plant will also not get water, and that leads to all sorts of trouble. Okay, so this is done. Now later I'm just going to put in a stick, or stake rather, to give these bulbs and leaves a bit of support. But other than that, that's done. And what I will do, I'll just water it now with ordinary rainwater until it establishes a little bit, and then I'll carry on with the fertilizer, the normal regime. So let's carry on. If you get some orchids which are mounted like this, all you need to do is just soak them in sugar water overnight, same as the bare root ones, and then just water them with normal water. Then you can just hang them up. There's no need to do anything else. So this one I'm just going to put here and leave. But anything bare root, it should be potted as soon as you can. So this is a very pretty Laelia called Laelia alaorii, endemic to southeastern Brazil. This is actually flowering sized and it's miniature growing. So again, I'm going to just use the smallest pot I can get away with. Just like so. Usually when you put orchids, you want to leave enough space in the pot for them to grow for around 2 years. But these, I envision them being in these pots for only around 1 year. Because as I say, the primary goal here isn't to keep them for any great length of time, it's just to get them to grow some new roots. And this one I don't need to shake too much because the coconut husk is getting between the roots really nicely, so it's okay. And there we go, this one is also now done. So you can see just like this. And there's a better view of the Cattleya amethystoglossa too. Now let's do one more. And this is Cattleya lawrenceana from Venezuela. Oh no, pardon me, this is Laelia tenebrosa rubra. Another beautiful Brazilian endemic. And we're going to do something, again much the same. A really nice compact pot. And just get all those roots in there. And then just pile in the compost. Just like that. Give it a really good shake. Because the coconut husk isn't really getting between the roots, so I have to help it out a little bit. Yeah, but if this was an ordinary orchid which had really good roots, and that was not imported, I would not be putting it into such a small pot to begin with. But yes, and the coconut husk, have to stress, it really has to be firmed down nicely, otherwise it will not absorb water. And often with coconut husk, it's usually used in just by itself, without any other additions. So there we go, just like this. So what I will go on to do, I'll repeat the same with all these bare root ones here, to put them in exactly the same fashion. And then I'll give them, really good watering with ordinary rainwater. Again, watering with sugar water repeatedly over any long periods, there's evidence to suggest it actually detriments the health of plants. So once they've been revived a little bit, please go back to watering with ordinary water. And once they're settled in, start fertilizing normally as well, just not with sugar water. Okay, and that's all for today. I hope this gives you more of an idea how to treat orchids which have been imported bare root from overseas. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.